It's another way Hamilton Township Fire Company gives back to their community, something that they've known very well throughout the years, even with faces that have changed over time.
So we have a very young group of guys here at Hamilton. We're very young, very green group of guys, and they all have a will and passion to come and help the community.
One of these guys is Blake's brother, Dylan, and he's the fire chief of this company. He very much shares similar sentiments along with his group.
I get to help a lot of people. I've always loved helping people, so especially in a time of need, I get to help people out and kind of makes you feel good inside.
His passion for this has been here for a long while, and he hasn't had to give up any of his other dreams.
Being a volunteer firefighter is something I wanted to do since I was little. Kind of between that and being a contractor, so I kind of got the best of both worlds.
Sometimes what volunteers see can be very hard on them. However, they get a reminder of what they do matters.
It's helped me knowing that I'm there for someone on their worst day and to never take any day for granted.
They do it for the love, the passion, and the caring for others. This is what being a volunteer firefighter is all about to them. In Royerton, Dylan Chesnut, Newslink, Indiana. The Fashion Industry Club at Ball State, better known as FISC, has one major focus for the club in the sale at the Village Promenade Warehouse.
Circular fashion is so important right now, and that's like a big thing of FISC as a whole, is just keeping things sustainable.
But to those of us who are outside the fashion world, what exactly is circular fashion?
Circular fashion is, instead of like throwing clothing away and getting rid of it, we're like recycling it, we're reselling it, finding a new owner, upcycling, creating something new, or finding a new use for something that has already been used.
This term was first used in 2014 by two Swedish actors and has become increasingly popular over time, even changing how a lot of people view the fashion industry. Though, back to the club, they have another focus that plays quite nicely along with it.
Sustainability is very important, is important now as ever. With a lot of our clothing ending up in places like landfills, and just a lot of clothes are wasted, and it is very bad for the environment.
In fact, according to the EPA, 9 million tons of clothes and footwear were discarded in 2018. This now leads us to their goal being clearly established, which is to sell sustainable clothes that are fashionable. Here's just how they get a large supply of it.
So we do bins outside of in AT and the Miller College Business Building, and then we collect clothes for a few months.
And if you're wondering what happens to the clothes after you donate, they'll either end up being sold at the pop-up sale or be repurposed for a new piece of clothing. These donated clothes are just waiting to find a new closet home. In Muncie, Dylan Chesnut, Newslink, Indiana. With final exam week coming up soon, many students are experiencing stress. However, Ball State gave students a way to de-stress with Pause and Play Friendsgiving, where multiple therapy dogs were provided to students. Many found the event more stress relieving than expected.
To actually pet the dogs, see them, it releases some of the stress off. I didn't even think about finals and how stressful finals will be, but it actually helped in a way.
Therapy dogs provide some help to certain students when it comes to stress, but this relationship is also mutualistic, giving therapy dog trainers the same joy and relief that the students receive.
We love coming to campus. I come to campus with pack walks, we come to events like this, and it just brings us happiness because the students ask to pet the dogs, which is perfect. So
Can I pet?
You sure can.
Hello.
If you sit down, he'd probably sit on you.
Oh.
And it's not just the humans who are reaping the benefits. The dogs gain some new friends too.
It gives them a job to do. So dogs that have a purpose tend to live longer. It just gives them something to focus on.
If you missed this event but still want to meet up with the dogs, you can catch them again on December 4th from 4 to 9 p.m. at Bracken Library. In Muncie, Dylan Chesnut, Newslink, Indiana. Food truck operations can be chaotic, but the owners of Neighborhood Pizza Food Truck have it figured out.
Day-to-day operations is pretty much prep, and get ready until the show begins, Every event is different, so plan for the most. Never get overwhelmed. Just take your time, breathe, and have fun.
Josh and Shannon Jones picked up this food truck during COVID, where they plan to serve pizzas.
Somebody came up to us and said, hey, I saw a truck and it was for sale in Indianapolis. And we went to go look at it. It was actually during COVID. We didn't know if it was going to be that great of an idea to start.
But it would be a great idea. They transformed it into something unique, something of their own, with employees that understood the risks.
Mainly our family is our employees, so it's pretty much family-owned business.
Keeping the business in the family is an important aspect of their business. But this food truck is only a part of their lives.
We work both full-time. This truck fits in when it does, when we have the time for it.
Neighborhood Pizza Food Truck will be back at Ball State for Friendsgiving on November 20th, where they plan to serve around 660 personal pizzas. In Muncie, Dylan Chesnut, Newslink, Indiana. If you've ever found yourself in downtown Muncie, where I'm standing, the corner of East Jackson Street and South Jefferson Street, you've probably seen this building behind me, the Muncie Carnegie Library. And although it may seem like an ordinary library, there are many hidden stories inside waiting to be discovered and read. On the bookshelves, you'll find lots of the genealogy records and local history from Muncie. But what sorts of lost stories are waiting to be discovered? The library doesn't just hold stories in books, but in the walls as well. One story was discovered during a renovation years back.
They found inside one of the walls, tucked above a fireplace, a leather workman's boot. And they found out that there was this old superstitious practice of putting shoes in the walls of buildings to protect them from evil spirits and things.
Stories such as this are not few and far between. They can be seen on bookcases and displays, each of which has its own story to tell, also with the ability to spark imagination in visitors.
Even if they might not have an interest in local history, sometimes just coming in and checking it out can spark that a little bit of an interest, and we like to see that happen in people that come and visit the building.
This spark of interest is vastly important in making sure that the library is here to stay for years to come. In fact, this year is very significant to the Muncie Library System.
Because this year is our sesquicentennial, our 150th anniversary for Muncie Public Library, we do have on our website a link to a digital exhibit that we created that talks about the entire 150-year history of MPL.
Muncie Public Library has many events planned for their celebration this year, including an excellent celebration egg hunt coming up later this month. Now you know, the library like this doesn't just hold books and artifacts. It holds the stories and lives of the people who once lived here in Delaware County. In Muncie, Dylan Chesnut, Newslink, Indiana.